Now, the moral and historical foundations of political liberalism are multiple, but two of the most important documents that are in the history of this is John Locke's letter concerning toleration, written in 1689, and John Stuart Mill's On Liberty, written in 1859. And Locke held that our religious beliefs are internal matters. They concern our own salvation. And they are, while they're very important, they have nothing, there is nothing in them that allows the state to intervene with respect to religious belief. We can think whatever we want, according to this point of view. And then Mill, coming almost 2 centuries later, has the idea that the state has no right to intervene on purely self-regarding acts. Right? So there's a certain sort of envelope around us that the state cannot legitimately where the state cannot legitimately intervene. Now, what's happened since Locke wrote was that this very sensible idea that one can think whatever one wants has gotten transformed into the notion that one can live however one wants. And as Clive Hamilton and many other people have pointed out, in the 20th century, we've tended to define ourselves by what we consume, right? So the notion of personhood has gotten very much identified with the consumer economy. Now, one of the factors that has allowed this sort of disconnection between our actions and the consequences of our actions to flourish is that we haven't connected our normative or ethical systems with a scientific understanding of the world. Right? Our ethical and moral systems, or our normative systems generally, are based on the Judeo-Christian narrative and have not been sort of seriously adjusted for several hundred years as a result of a very complex set of factors where we try to keep those two sets of beliefs from merging. And I think that if you look at the way university curricula are structured, the normative disciplines, economics, political science, ethics, theology, and law, those systems are mainly still based on the metaphysical premises, roughly, of Thomas Aquinas. Right? And the other parts of university curriculums are more or less based on the metaphysical premises of evolutionary thermodynamic worldview, roughly speaking. I mean, it's pretty big terrain. So if you look at it this way, we're really lost, basically, right? Because what we teach about what we should do is not connected in an important and thoughtful way with what we know about how the world actually works. And so we've allowed ourselves within the domain of political liberalism to behave in a way that really is causing massive harm to other people around the world. So my fourth point, if you connect ethics to science, you then discover, not at all surprisingly, a very simple fact that a traffic jam in Toronto is helping to drown people in Bangladesh. And that there's no way around this consequence, what you do. So what this does to political liberalism is really, I think, quite important and destabilizing. Because whatever may have been the case when the human population was small and our consequences were inconsequential, in the full world in which we live, there are no self-regarding acts. There is nothing that we do that doesn't affect others.